ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. Okay, so we'll start with just a summary of whatever we have heard so far. I guess it's pretty complicated stuff. So, Lord's mind dwells on the person who chants the holy name. He thinks this person belongs to me. I will always protect him. Chanting even once in Namabhasa removes all sins, desires, and ignorance. However, sins might appear like impressions later on, and Lord will also cause continuance of sin in order that the other philosophies will not be completely uprooted. In most cases, name shows its fruits after some time only, not immediately. However, if we commit Nama Aparad, then Nama becomes displeased with us and does not give protection. According to the degree that the offense diminishes, the Nama begins to show mercy. Ajamila was not a Bhakta, he was a Karmi performing Bhakti secondarily. Or he was following karma, we would say. He was following karma and was performing bhakti secondarily. But he became sinful and gave up path of karma and also bhakti. Later, by the mercy of the Lord, he was able to take the name in Namabhasa and went to Vaikuntha. So 3 or 4 paths. Chanting in Namabhasa, entry into Vaikuntha. Chanting in Namabhasa with special prema, entry into Golaka might be delayed. One goes to Bhoma Vrindavan. Chanting once in Namabhasa and subsequently chanting with offenses, gradual process. According to the degree of bhakti, they attain destruction of offenses, and according to the degree of mercy they get, they will attain prema. This one is the most I'm not very clear about this point. Chanting once in Namabhasa and subsequently chanting with offenses and also committing intentional sins. So this I'm not clear. Why does a devotee who has chanted in Namabhasa even come to the stage of committing intentional sins? Or is it possible that a person who chants Namabhasa falls to Namaparada? So whether this state is possible at all or not is a question. Meaning, can one chant in Namabhasa and subsequently come down to Namaparada and commit sins? Right. So yeah. So this is a question. So I am not very sure yet. But still, if it is possible, still it would be the gradual process only. Mm, as described here. Even if they have to take birth again, these two, those who are in the gradual process, even if they have to take birth again, they do so not due to karma, not due to karma phala, but because of the mercy of the Lord. So the devotee will accept the world of happiness and distress as given by the Lord. Now, in this case, the happiness and distress is given by the Lord. So powerful Namabhasa, even if one doesn't achieve liberation in one life, they have to take birth again because they are going through the gradual process. They do not take birth due to karma, but due to uh, Lord's desire, and they will accept the world of happiness and distress as given by the Lord. And there might be suffering in a devotee's life which is ordained by the Lord for purifying the devotee. This is mostly in the gradual process. Devotee should have faith in Krishna and go through purification. This is not like ordinary karma phala suffering. Okay. Okay, so this is all what we have learned so far. Okay, so I'm going to continue from where we left off. Those who have not destroyed offenses to the name will continue to experience the undestroyed effects of sin. Oh, what is this? Those who have not destroyed offenses to the name, meaning they're doing aparadha, oh, will continue to experience the undestroyed effects of sin. But undestroyed effects of sin, everything should have got destroyed. Okay, so this is the doubt I was saying. So maybe the person who question. Okay, so but what Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying here is those who are not destroyed sins, those who are not destroyed sin or not destroyed offenses will continue to experience the undestroyed. This is what is not understandable, undestroyed effects of sin. So which means that
Maybe the propensity to do sins, Prabhu.
no, which means they've not done namabhasa. They have never chanted in namabhasa. This is a big question because now they are saying that he's saying that anybody who have those who have not destroyed offenses, which means this stage of chanting once in namabhasa, this is not possible. Looks like, or actually, but chanting in namabhasa coming down to namaprada is so this is unclear yet. Okay, so what is the doubt in my head? So in when one chants in namabhasa, then all is we already read here, right? All is sins desires and ignorance, meaning propensity to sin, ignorance, everything should be destroyed. If once one chants in Namabhasa even once. Now, the only other theory here could be that in most cases the name shows its fruits after some time only, not immediately. In which case only, and if somebody is committing offenses, possibly they'll continue to experience the undestroyed effects of sin. Na chanta Namabhasa, or that the Nama has not bestowed the results of Namabhasa chanting. Yeah, possible. So this is a question. Anyway, so the point here is those who are not destroyed offenses. So the key is to focus on eliminating offenses because otherwise we will continue to experience the undestroyed effects of sin for whatever be the reason. Right? Now when by the increase again bhakti offenses are destroyed, root of sin will be destroyed. So same thing here that I was saying according to they attain destruction of offenses and also sin. Actually, these two are single point, one point, I think, anyway. So I will. So according to the degree of bhakti, they attain destruction of offenses, and the root of sin will also be destroyed. Just 1 second. Sorry. Yeah. And the root of the sin will be destroyed, and the person will immediately attain the Lord. Okay, and the person. Okay, so this is what we have to understand. So we have to focus on destroying offenses, basically, because we all are all possibly doing namaprada. Um, And but in order to increase the bhakti, those devotees may even take 1, 2, or 3 lifetimes to attain the Lord. So this is the gradual. This is actually the gradual process. So looks like very unlikely that chanting in Namabhasa subsequently only chanting with offenses without sins is not possible. Looks like. So whoever chants Namabhasa, mm, and so one is they'll either directly entry into Vaikuntha or with special prema entry into Goloka delayed. But if Namabhasa and then Nama Aparada, then Namaprada looks like along with that Namaprada also sins will remain. So I will take off this. So this is not there. So chanting once and subsequently chanting with offenses and also committing sins. So
Hare
this
Krishna Prabhu.
one, yeah,
Prabhu, I think that is possible, no? Because you were saying neophyte devotees who come in like at the beginning only, and if they chant,
yeah, but they
they
will do
achieve
offense. No, we all end
Jnana.
up offenses.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And
we
after
all.
that, we also end up doing a lot of offenses, right? So, like my own personal experience that at the initial stage, if maybe if I would have done I mean, if I would have chanted rightly, devotees possible that they have done an Amavasa, and then again to get away with all our practices and habits, also it takes a lot of time, no, Prabhu.
No, 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 no. One second, one second. Don't get confused. So we might have chanted in Namabhasa, but
Mm.
the point there, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying is if you are subsequently chanting with offenses, so those who are not destroyed offenses will continue to experience the undestroyed effects of sin. Right now, this undestroyed effect of sin is possible if only if two cases. One is either we have not chanted in Namabhasa or the name has not bestowed results. Because we already read saying that the name doesn't bestow results in most cases immediately.
Okay, okay. And then this is again offenses we are talking about, not sins, right?
Both. That's what this is saying. So those who are not destroyed offenses will continue to experience undestroyed effects of sin. The undestroyed effects of sin are two. One is karma phala suffering. The other is propensity to sin. Both will happen. Both is undestroyed effects of sin. Because if namabhasa fully happens, then all sins, desires, ignorance, everything will be destroyed. So looks like the only case here, as far as I can think, is that either somebody has not chanted in Namambasa, meaning from day one, people have been doing offenses, or that the name has not bestowed results of Namambasa. These are the only two explanations.
Understood, Prabhu. Yeah.
So this is the gradual process. Okay, so okay, that's clear. The material happiness seen in those devotees arises from practice of bhakti. It is not karma. Like I said, even if they have to take birth again, whatever they take birth and whatever happiness and distress now are all given by the Lord. The suffering seen in those devotees is given by the Lord, who is skillful at increasing the devotion of his devotee, and who is like a doctor who makes a person fast and gives bitter medicine for increasing the patient's appetite. So the key here to note is this namaprada. So we have to destroy these offenses. Right? That's the most important thing, and that's where most of our energies have to go. Among the 10 offenses, the very strong effects of interpreting the name, thinking its glories are exaggeration, and equating it to pious acts are obstacles to being a Vaishnava. So there are 10 offenses which we will discuss, like I said, later. Of the 10 offenses, very strong effects come from interpreting the name, meaning giving some mundane explanation to the name, thinking its glories to be exaggeration, and equating it to pious acts. Okay. Uh, these are obstacles to even make us are obstacles to being a Vaishnava itself. Then among the other among the other offenses, among the other offenses, two are.
Prabhu, can you share your screen, Prabhu?
I have not shared my screen.
No, Prabhu.
Oh, sorry. I thought I was sharing my screen. 1 second. Okay. Among the other offenses, so Vaishnava Aparadh and yeah, committing sin on the strength of the holy name are very strong. So, out of 10 offenses, these are the most critical ones. So, we should have full faith in the name and we should not interpret the name. We should not think that its glories are to be exaggeration. Like we are now, see, because we are not able to understand, right? This how Namabhasa saying all sins will be destroyed, propensity to sin will go, but still there is possibility of sins. No, we might not understand it completely, but we should not think that it is some exaggeration. We should just understand that I am not able, clear yet. I'm not able to understand it. Right, and definitely it's not some pious act. So these are most critical. They will even prevent us from being a Vaishnava. Now, after if we don't have these, then we are a Vaishnava. But then we might do a Vaishnava aparadha and committing sins on the strength of the holy name, which will actually create, which are these mostly here, right? Like what we are discussing, and this results in sin and all that, all the other things. Right. So those two are practically described in a frightening way. Now, um, there is no other means of destroying the effects of these two offenses than to continually chant the name while suffering appropriately for the offense. No, this is another thing, right? For these two offenses, the effects can be removed by continuous chanting, by continually chanting while suffering. So this is the important thing, while suffering appropriately for the offense. The effects of the other offenses will be destroyed simply by continual chanting without suffering. Oh, see, that is the important thing. The effects of other offenses. Oh, this is nice. Okay, will be destroyed simply by without suffering. So please note this. Okay, this is basic, very basic, saying that I'm not interpreting the name. It's clear it's names of Krishna directly. We're begging for mercy. We're begging to Radha and Krishna to give us devotional service, to give us pure devotional service. So no more interpretation is required on the name, right? Thinking its glories to exaggeration. No, it's not exaggeration. I'm not able to understand it. That's all. I'm foolish, so I'm not able to understand. But there is no exaggeration, right? And equating it to pious acts. No, it's much beyond pious acts. So these three are easy. Easy meaning if you have faith in the name, then these are easy. If you understand that the name is not different from Krishna, Nama Chintamani Krishna's Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Shuddho Nityam Mukto Abhinnatvam Nama Namino. Abhinnatva. So it is Abhinna, it's not different from Krishna. So there's no question about not having faith in the name. If we don't have faith in the name, then we cannot even become a Vaishnava. So these are three offenses which we have to like, which is foundational to even become a Vaishnava. So this hopefully it's if anybody has any questions on these three, you can let me know, because we should somehow get understand it, get the conviction that name is not some interpretation, name is not some imaginary stuff, it is real and it is actually not different from Krishna. And then we can come to being the stage coming we can come to the stage of being a Vaishnava. Now once we come into the stage of being a Vaishnava, then there are 7 plus 1. one inattentive chanting, and then there are 7 other offenses out of like 10 offenses. Actually, it's 10 offenses plus 1. 10 offenses plus inattentive chanting, total 11. Out of this 11, 3 are prevent us from being a Vaishnava, which we just discussed. Now, 2 more, which is this Vaishnava Aparada and committing sins on the strength of the holy name. Vaishnava Aparada we've discussed, but what is Vaishnava Aparada is actually to criticize, offend those exalted Vaishnavas who have committed themselves to the service of Krishna, who have sacrificed their life for Krishna. Right, and this also includes Guru also. Right, so any offense be done towards Guru, any offense done towards Vaishnavas, criticizing them, criticizing because like I keep seeing, devotees are very, very casual about how they think of other devotees, because they somehow don't seem to understand that every Vaishnava is respectable. And we end up criticizing other Vaishnavas. So this is not allowed. Okay. Bhaktivinoda Thakur has written a whole one, small book called Sadhu Ninda, Vaishnava Aparad. So basically, the idea is that only those who are in position of guiding others can say right or wrong about a person. That too, not disrespectfully. It should be with respect only. Then, of course, then other Vaishnavas whom we don't even know, we should not get into criticizing them because this. And then, oh, okay, sin, if I chant in Namabhasa, then all my offenses will be, all the sins will anyway get destroyed. So let me commit a sin and let me chant the holy name. So this also mostly devotees won't do unless we are like very, very, you know, asuric. Right. Normally, devotees don't do this, thinking that okay, I'll chant the holy name and I'll commit sin. I'll chant the holy name, commit sin, chant the holy name. No. Right. So mostly it is about Vaishnava Parada. Right. And it's saying for Vaishnava Parada, uh, the effects can be removed by continually chanting, but um, while suffering. So there is also suffering will be there for the offense. Now the other offenses, which are, 5 are taken care here, right? So another 6, another 5 plus 1, which is inattentive chanting. The other 5 actually Vaishnava Aparad, Guru Aparad, if we Guru Ninda, if we Guru Ravagya, sorry. So Guru Ravagya is if we are not wanting to follow the instructions of Guru, that is also one Nama Aparada. But why, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has not classified that here. So Guru Ravagya, then what else? Shastra Ninda, that offending, the thinking that, just offending other Shastras. Um, 10 offenses to the. Yeah, so blaspheme devotees, considering names of Shiva and Brahma to be equal or independent of Vishnu, right? Considering Shiva, Brahma to be equal or independent of Vishnu, or their names to be independent of Vishnu. Um, that also, these are easy to overcome if you just have faith, firm faith in Krishna as the Supreme Lord, and everybody else is just subordinate to him, then we don't have these challenges. Then blaspheme Vedic scriptures, I said. Uh, yeah, consider this one as an imagination, mm, committing sins. Uh, instruct faithless persons, to instruct a faithless person about the glories of the name, and aham and mama. So let's just see again. One second, let me share this. Right, so to blaspheme devotees, so these are the 10 offenses. Blaspheme devotees who dedicated. This is the Vaishnava Aparadh. Okay, so Vaishnava Aparadh is our biggest problem. Those which are problem, but yeah, and that one, and to commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name. So, yeah, this one and this one. And okay, so before this in different color. One we cannot become a Vaishnava only if we think that glories of chanting to be an imagination, then interpreting the holy name, 1, 2, and considering it to be pious activities, these three, right? So here, if you see 5, 6, and 8 in the red, marked in red, will prevent us from becoming a Vaishnava. Thinking that it is some uh, interpreting the name, thinking that it's some imagination or exaggeration, and equating to pious acts. This will prevent us from becoming a Vaishnava. And if you're not doing these, then we become a Vaishnava. Then the most critical ones are Vaishnava Aparadh and committing sins on the strength of the holy name. Now others which are not underlined. The names of the demigods like Brahma, Shiva to be equal or independent of the Lord, disobey orders of spiritual master, blaspheme Vedic scriptures, instruct the faithless person, and do not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy name and maintaining attachment. And 11th one, inattentive while chanting. Now all these others uh, will go with chanting, continual chanting. But if we are doing Vaishnava Aparadha and committing sins on the strength of the holy name, then this will end up in, this also requires continual chanting, but will end up in suffering. Is this clear?
Prabhuji, please repeat the last slide. The last.
Okay, let me just summarize this again. The points 5, 6, and 8 here. You're able to see the screen, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, points 5, 6, and 8 prevent us from actually being a Vaishnava. Consider glories of chanting to be imagination, give some interpretation to the holy name, consider chanting as some pious act, karma kanda. So 5, 6, and 8, if we do, please note this. If we are doing 5, 6, 8, then we are not even considered as a Vaishnava. Okay. Suppose that if we have overcome 5, 6, 8, then 1 and 2, Vaishnava Prad and committing sins on the strength of the holy name, will actually prevent progress, and they're very serious. And to overcome these effects, so solution is to continually chant and also suffer for the offenses. Appropriately, will suffer for the offenses for these two, 1 and 7. Now others 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, and inattentive chanting, they will just go by continual chanting, meaning you keep every day chanting 16 rounds. Over a period of time, those offenses will end. The others will end. Right? And I mean, anyway, these are all not so serious also, as in the sense it's not very difficult to overcome also. Names of demigods like Lord Shiva, Brahma, that we can understand. Disobeying orders of the spiritual master is one thing which devotees end up doing because they don't understand what is an order and what is not. So this is one thing which generally continues. Blaspheme Vedic version, meaning other scriptures also we should not offend. Like, okay, we know that we are reading from Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita. Now there are other scriptures which might seem like for lower, for people in mode of passion ignorance. We should not offend them. We should not blaspheme them. We should not criticize them. We should understand that those have also been given by the Lord, but they've been given for some other set of people who have some other qualifications. Instructing faithless person, which is why, these glories of holy name we should not discuss in open. right? Which is why I gave a disclaimer before we started discussing this whole topic, saying that this is not for everybody. If you don't have faith in the holy name, please don't hear, right? Now, whoever did after that, that's their responsibility because we specifically said, right? And then to not have complete faith in chanting and maintaining material attachments. This also will go by simply continual chanting. This material attachment will go. Meaning, again, material attachment doesn't mean that we have to leave our home, etc. But we don't have any material attachment. Okay, all this is just duty. I'm just doing it. People in my house are also just as per karma. They have come together. I have some responsibility towards them. And yeah, just like I offer care and affection to all Vaishnavas, I will do so to my family also. That's all. We'll come to that stage. So that also is not difficult. In offense to be inattentive while chanting, while this seems to be most difficult for us, but actually this also will go over a period of time by continual chanting. So we have to really look out for Vaishnava Aparad, right? And we should not commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name. So this is the key. Is that okay?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Everybody clear on this? Some devotees who might be new to 10 offenses. Is it clear? You need more explanation? Okay. Okay. Reading further. Some people make the following proposition. Those offenders of the name who are without karma and gnana and who practice bhakti with hearing and chanting, but have not taken initiation because they have not surrendered to the feet of a guru, are still called Vaishnavas. Okay. The word Vaishnava is defined as the person who takes Vishnu as his object of worship according to Panini Sutras. Thus, Vaishnavas are those who have made Vishnu the object of worship by accepting initiation, but also those who make Vishnu as object of worship simply by worship, since there is no other word to describe the two types of people. So the latter type of persons also should not fall to hell. Okay, so basically here, the point being made is that some people just worship Vishnu Krishna without accepting initiation. They should also be considered Vaishnavas, so they should not go fall to hell. This is the proposition. This, however, is not correct because one cannot attain the Lord easily without Guru. Therefore, it should be explained that there is no other way of attaining the Lord than by becoming a devotee who has surrendered to the lotus feet of a guru, who will be attained in another birth by the power of worship. So, this also is very clear. Many people ask this question, saying that there are so many people who are chanting, who are especially in India, they know Krishna, they know Rama, they're worshipping, but they don't have any guru. What will happen to them? If either Krishna will give them mercy and bring them to authorized guru today, bona fide guru today, this life or in the next life. Their worship will fructify, which is eventually to bring them to a guru. So we should understand all of us who have somehow fortunately come to a guru have already finished sufficient, as in we have done sufficient worship in our previous lives, and hence we have come to this. Hmm. Hmm. And those who are worshipping Vishnu or Krishna, but they have not accepted a guru, they will have to accept a guru, either this life or next life. They will not achieve perfection without that. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is very, very clear that one has to accept a guru. Now further an explanation. But it's seen that Ajamila, without surrendering to guru, easily attained the Lord. And this can be explained as follows. Those who, like cows or asses, make their senses pursue sense objects cannot know the Lord, Bhakti or Guru, even in their dreams. But as in the case of Ajamila, they can be delivered even without Guru by chanting the name in Nama Bhasa without offense. Hmm. Though it has been definitely ascertained that the Lord should be worshipped, that worship is the means of attaining Him, that the Guru is the person who teaches about worship, and those who are devotees attain the Lord. So chanting the holy name does not depend on initiation, pious activities, or purascharya, regulative principles generally observed before initiation. The holy name does not wait for any of these activities. It is self-sufficient. So the most important thing here is If somebody is chanting the holy name, not just simply worshipping Vishnu or Krishna, most people don't chant the holy name. And chant the holy name means it should be Taraka Brahmanama, whatever has been recommended for this yuga, etc., etc. Right? So somebody who's just simply worshipping and not following any proper parampara or recommendations as per Shastras, they will have to take birth again, come to a guru, etc. But others who, for example, so many devotees have come in touch with ISKCON, and if suppose say they chant offenselessly, even if they don't accept a guru, they will achieve perfection. This is how powerful Nama is. Now, so who has to accept a guru? Everybody who is doing offenses has to accept a guru. Everybody who is sinful has to accept a guru. It's only for those rare souls who are actually chanting in Nama Bhasa continuously, not falling down to Nama Parada. Very rare souls. It's only for them. Right? So pretty much everybody has to accept a guru. As well, we have the example of Ajam, but one who thinks, what is the benefit of taking the trouble to accept Guru? I will attain the Lord by just chanting the name. Will not attain the Lord because of the offense of offending Guru. Hmm. Now, if somebody says, no, 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 I don't need any Guru, I'm going to just chant Nama without offense. Somebody thinking like that is also committing Guru Ravagya. However, in this life or another life, if he surrenders to the feet of a Guru after destroying his offense, he will then attain the Lord. Hmm. So now we can also understand by this. So many devotees have been asking me about this Ritvig. So this whole process starts with has started with offending Guru. A person who has actually been initiated by a bona fide Vaishnava has given up his Guru, which means Guru Ravagya. So which means this person cannot achieve the Lord. How can he himself cannot achieve the Lord? How can he help others to achieve the Lord? So it's total utter nonsense. Some people say that the persons who worship devatas should be treated like the karmis with sin and offense. Others say that Bhakti Devi places them in an even lower category because they do not have general surrender. Okay, this is not very important. So some of them are not very relevant for us. Okay, so I think this is good enough for us with respect to just understanding about the holy name as at this point of time. Now, after we finish these two chapters, so this chapter and there's one more chapter, and there are still sufficient purports that we have to go through. Then I'm thinking of reading some parts from Hari Nama Chintamani to understand what is the meaning of Namabhasa and what is the meaning of Namaparada. Right? That is the only thing now which we have not clearly understood. Now, Namabhasa uh, is a little difficult to understand. While as of now we are saying if you are not doing offenses, then it is Namabhasa. Actually, Namabhasa also has um, these offenses, but they are not. Uh, I think they're not intentional. I think so. I read that book very mm, uh, few times, but like I said, this purport also I've read it multiple times, but I think at least this time looks like some clarity, more clarity than my previous reading. So, with all mercy of all of you devotees, Krishna is giving me understanding also to explain. So we will read some portions of that book also to help understand the initial section. What the offenses themselves are, I've described. There is not much more description required. This is good enough for us to understand the 10 offenses. But how to differentiate between Nama Bhasa and Nama Parada? For that, we will read some section. Maybe maybe we can read it to chapter 2. Actually, since we are discussing this topic, maybe let me see tomorrow if we can discuss that, because then that will give us a complete understanding of this topic, and then we can finish the rest of the pastime. Right? Yeah. So let me see today if I can find some time to, because it requires some little pre-preparation. I think. So tomorrow we will, Krishna willing, we will discuss this difference between Namabhasa and Namaprada, and because that's also quite complicated to understand. Okay, so this is the heart of the process, right? Which is why yesterday I was saying that actually those devotees who have somehow fortunately come in touch with ISKCON, they don't know really how fortunate they are. You know, only if we hear these things, then we will understand. And as practicing devotees, first of all, we should have the conviction. We should understand whatever we've been hearing. If you don't understand, again, I'm requesting you to please ask and clarify. But understand that if you don't have faith in the holy name, then we have really no hope. No hope as in, yeah, there is hope, but it will take possibly multiple lifetimes. But with this faith in the holy name, possibly we can, if we are serious this life, we can achieve perfection. Otherwise, yeah, maybe 1 or 2 lives based on how serious we are about achieving the Supreme Lord. Yeah, if material things are, we are still materially attached, then we have to just continue the chanting. You have to just continue the chanting, and the chanting itself will help us get over all that. But we have to try and be sincere. That's all that it is required. Okay. So I'll stop here. If there are any further questions, comments, we'll take that, and then we'll discuss this one very important topic tomorrow. Krishna. Yeah. Okay. Anything? Anybody? All clear? Excellent. So if everybody's understood, then I'm happy. If you're not understood, please don't hesitate. It might benefit others also. I don't know how many devotees are just not clear, but not prepared to ask. I don't know. Few devotees here, so I don't know much about whether they're clear, not clear. I'm not very sure. But yeah, even if you want to discuss with me separately, you can do so. But please, this is the heart of the process. So that's why I'm stressing so much. Okay, then we will close here. अंतराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, जगत गुरु शिल प्रभुपाद की जय, वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिंधुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय। हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much.
Dandavat
Thank you.
pranam.
Dandavat
Thank
pranam.
you, everybody.
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji,
Pranam,
pranam,
everyone.
pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, pranam.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna to all
Hare Krishna
devotees.
Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji,
Hare
thank you
Krishna,
very
Prabhu.
much.
Hare Krishna Prabhu Pranam.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam.
Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, pranam to everybody. Disconnecting.